Okay, so hello everyone, very good afternoon to all of you. So guys, this is our session regarding how to prepare for RBI Grade B interview. Now guys, since you already know that the written result is out, now it's time for the interview and you don't have much time to prepare. Now guys, in this session, I'm going to tell you how and what we have to prepare for the RBI Grade B interview. Now, before this session guys, I have gone through a lot of interview transcripts of various students who have appeared for the interview in the past also, and I've also gone through the interview transcript. I've personally talked to the students who have already cleared the RBI Grade B interview. So how was their experience, what type of questions they have been asked in the panel actually. So I have gone through all these things, then I have created this session so that you should get a beforehand strategy what type of question we are going to get asked in the interview. Okay, so we are going to understand each and every area which you have to prepare for your upcoming interview guys. Now the entire interview guys, it is not some random kind of question they are asking. There is a pattern. On that pattern the panel is asking the questions, right? And this session guys is not only about the knowledge aspect. First of all, you should remember that the interview is going to test your personality. Like for example, in your personality, knowledge is just one component, okay, but your personality is more diverse. It has different aspects. So the interview panelists in the RBI, they're going to test each of those aspects guys. Now you would be asking, sir, what type of aspects? For example, are you a person who can manage, who can perform under pressure? How they're going to test it? For example, let's say they have asked you what is repo rate. Now you answered the repo rate. Now they might cross question you further on repo rate. Then they might ask you again, even if you don't know the question, you don't know the answer, and you said, sir, I don't know about this thing, sir. Even then they are grilling you again and again on the same topic. So why they're doing it? You have already told them, sir, I don't know about this question, I don't know the answer, I would try to read about it. But even then they are asking the same question, the similar topic they are asking, they are trying to grill you. Why? Because they are going to understand, they are trying to understand what type of personality you have, whether you succumb under the pressure, or you can handle the pressure very gracefully. That is what they are trying to find out. And this has actually happened with one of our student. Okay, he has already qualified RBI Grade B, and he told me exactly, sir, during the interview I told them, sir, I don't know about this question, but even then they kept on asking the similar thing. Okay, so you should be ready for all these kind of things, okay? Because it is not only about knowledge. Because if it was knowledge, they were only going to ask you some technical question. But the interview consists of multiple things, right? So let's start, guys. And at the end, guys, I'm also going to give you a guru mantra which you have to focus. Okay. Just a minute. Fine. Sure. Now, guys, the agenda of this session, after this session, what are the things you're going to understand? First of all, what are the repeated questions, repeated areas from which RBI panel are asking you the questions? So we are going to identify all the high priority areas. I'm going to give you a list of topics also at the end from which you can prepare that technical aspect. Now, technical aspects are also divided into different themes. I'm going to tell you each and everything about that. Now, learn what the panel is actually testing beyond knowledge. That is the key area, guys. This is the most important one, right? Because I have seen many students, the knowledge is good, but as soon as the panel start touching their personality, their you can say characteristics, their values, and they give you certain situation based questions to test all these things, and where they actually get low marks. Because see these areas na, for example, let's say if I ask you, tell me one of your strength, you would answer me, sir, I'm a hardworking person, I have good analytical skills. You would give a general answer. How would I know that you have those skills? How would I know that you are a hardworking person? You have to justify those things. Don't give general statement, don't give generalized answer, otherwise you're going to get an average marks. You have to justify things, you have to show that okay, why am I have a good analytical skill because in, let's say, in my previous job I was performing these particular duties, or in my college days I was doing this particular typical project which require a lot of understanding across different domain. Okay, so and they might ask you a question that how, let's say you are from a different background, let's say you are from BTech, you are so from BSc graduation, now you are coming to RBI. Why RBI? Why the banking sector, guys? Okay, what are the qualities you are going to bring? Okay, why should we hire you over a person who has done commerce? Okay, so these are the aspects you have to see. These questions seems very easy, but once you start answering na, it becomes complicated because you don't know the framework how to answer these aspects, and that's why I'm focusing in this entire session, guys. Okay, then we are going to understand how to give a panel proof answer. Sir, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any idea, sir. You can't keep saying no for everything. When to say no, when you have to take a random guess, how you have to take the permission to answer that thing if you don't have any knowledge about that. For example, let's say they ask you that what is the, let's say what is the cash reserve ratio, or what is the in which section, under which section RBI impose penalty on the other banks. Let's say you don't have exact idea, but you have a vague idea. Okay, it was under section 4, so you have to take a permission, sir. I don't know the exact section, but I have an idea. Can I take a guess? So if you take the permission, then you answer it. That is the way how you answer the areas or the questions which you don't know. Okay. But if you say that I don't know for everything, na, it will not give a good impression. Got it? Is it clear? And whatever doubt you have, guys, na, you can ask me in the comment box. Right? Chalo. Clear? Chalo. Now, guys, you have to understand. Let's say they have asked you some certain question, how to say no, because there are different, how to deal with nervousness. That is also important. And let's say the starting 3 question you don't know the answer for that, and now you the nervousness start to build up. So how to tackle all those things, that also is very important. Got it? Chalo. Now, guys, what panel is testing? That is very important. Okay, so this will give you an idea. Okay, these are the areas which I have to prepare. Just a minute, guys, just a minute. Okay, so this will give you an idea that what are the areas you have to prepare, right? First of all, they are going to understand your background and how your background would be useful for the present role. Okay, how it would be useful for your present role at RBI. What all the things you are going to bring in RBI. Okay, for example, again, you have done BTech in your graduation. Now why should we hire you? Because you are from electrical engineer or mechanical engineering. Okay, or you are from some bio background, you are coming to RBI. Why should we hire you, or why, what are the things you are going to bring, how your background would be helpful for you to in the banking or in the RBI. Got it? So these kind of questions, these are trap questions, guys. Remember, these are trap questions. These are very important also, and many students, they don't have a valid answer for that. Sir, I was during my graduation, I got an interest in the banking sector. That's why I want to. That's why I started preparing for banking in RBI. Okay, you are doing mechanical engineering now. You suddenly develop an interest in the RBI sector or in the banking sector. So be very careful while you answer these kind of questions. Okay. Then conceptual clarity, guys. This is the knowledge aspect. Okay, this is the knowledge aspect. Conceptual clarity regarding banking. Okay, because you are going into RBI, you should be knowing everything about RBI. Okay. Also, guys, one very important thing, I was talking to one of the toppers in the RBI. He told me that during my interview, they were focusing on my visual memory also. They asked me a question that what are the major functions of RBI? and what are you, how you're preparing for RBI. So he told that, sir, I go to the RBI website and I start taking the notes and everything. They asked him a question that, okay, tell me, what is the first thing you see on the left side once you open the RBI website? No one can prepare for these kind of question, guys. It is just based on your memory. All right. So please explore the RBI website very thoroughly. What are the major sections? Okay, where is RBI circulars given? Where are the RBI speeches given? Okay, because from here they're asking questions about some static stuff, right? About RBI, about its website. Okay, and also they're asking you questions. For example, okay, let's say these are the latest speech from RBI. Can you tell me the top three key areas from these speeches? Or can you tell me the top three key takeaways from the last speech, whichever you have read? So you have to be very careful. You have to be well prepared for all these kind of stuff. So that's why I say, guys, I'm saying that you can't bluff. And right now you have at least 1 week left with you. Prepare all these things. Go to RBI website, explore all these things. See the latest circulars, latest directives from RBI, and keep checking that on a daily basis. And quickly make your short notes based on that. Okay, they're not going to ask you some very deep current affairs and all these. No, they're going to understand your awareness, current awareness, what is happening in RBI, what is happening in the Indian economy. All right. And guys, last one is the stress handling and humility. Okay, sometimes the student gets overconfident. I know this thing, I know that thing, and their tone of answering it changes. Because see, guys, those who are taking your interview now, they are very, very experienced people, and like this, they can understand that this student has he become or has she become overconfident. Let's bring him or bring her down. Okay, so be very answer with humility. Okay, be respectful, and don't show that you are overconfident. Okay, that is the guru mantra which I am going to tell you. Okay, now let's see what are the areas you have to cover. Okay, because now let's break down these things into subsectors, right? So topics. Okay, number one is your banking knowledge, right? Second thing is RBI, special focus on RBI and its function, plus RBI website. Got it? These are the two areas which you have to prepare. This would be taking care of your knowledge aspect. Now coming to the third part is your HR based and situation based questions. This will test your personality. Okay, and the next aspect is your current awareness. See, understand, it is not your current affairs which you are preparing for the written stage. These are some very different areas. Okay, now let's break it down, guys. In banking knowledge, what are the areas you have to cover, guys? Let's start with the structure of banking in India. Structure of banks. Then we are going to talk about the operations part. Okay, what are the different types of deposits? What are the different types of accounts? All right, and questions related with these things. For example, what are the different types of accounts we have? We have savings account, we have demand deposits, time deposits. Okay, for example, they might ask you a question that which organization or which agency provides insurance to the bank deposits you have? So DICGC, how much is the money they give you an insurance for? For example, 5 lakh rupees. Okay, then we have to understand the different types of payment system. Okay, So we have NEFT, RTGS, different types of checks, because these are bank related operations and you are going to handle all these things on a regular basis. Got it? Then again, UPI is also in this, right? UPI framework. What are the recent? Again, you have to cover the current aspects related with these things also. For example, recently Oman, or let's say uh, Oman, I think Oman, or I think Kuwait, one of the country have started using UPI. Okay, now there are total 8 countries where UPI is active. So these kind of current things you have to understand. You have to make a note of. Got it? Then you have to specifically talk about one of the major issues of bank, that is NPA and its resolution. Okay, see, I'm not right now, I'm not talking about RBI. I'm taking RBI as a separate agent thing. Okay, so these are some of the banking related stuff you should know. Got it? Very core. Just remember the core operations related. Got it? Yeah, one more thing. KYC. What is KYC? What is anti money laundering? These are the stuff you have to prepare. And again, guys, I have specifically taken one. I'm going to take one particular session, a specific session for your banking knowledge. Got it? Then RBI, very important, guys. RBI's function, right? It's quantitative function, then it's qualitative function, and also they're going to give you a lot of situation based question from here. Now you would be asking, sir, what type of questions? For example, they can ask you about quantitative, means your monetary policy tools like repo rate, CRR, SLR. Okay. Qualitative money control. Okay. For example, what is moral suasion? Let's say RBI has put a penalty on one of the bank. Okay. Now, let's say the bank is not paying that penalty. What are the options available for bank to appeal? Okay. Is there any internal mechanism to do the appeal, or they have to go to the external agencies, like going to the High Court or Supreme Court? So these are some of the situation based questions they might ask you, if to test your practical knowledge. All right, let's say they might also ask you a question. For example, let's say RBI has done a policy rate cut. Okay, they have reduced the repo rate, but banks are not let's say today they have reduced the repo rate, and banks are not on the very same rate, banks are also not decreasing the rates. Why it is happening? What are the provisions available for bank to reduce the rates? What is MCLR? Okay, these are the things they might ask you. So you have to be very careful about the RBI function. These are the major areas from which they are going to ask you questions, right? Then RBI related circulars and directives are very important. Okay, clear? So these are the aspects. Then how RBI, the main function of RBI, the monetary policy committee and inflation targeting. These are the things you have to prepare for this. Okay, these are the knowledge aspect. Now these are the areas, the HR and situation based and current awareness. Now in current awareness, guys, HR and situation based question they might give you. For example, let's say uh, for the rural, let's say they might give you a situation that the rural banking is suffering. Why? What are the reasons? Let's say the farmers are not very literate, they don't have awareness. So how can you how would you deal with this thing? How can you provide a solution? What type of solution you are going to provide for increasing the financial inclusion in the rural sectors? Okay, then they might connect it with, see, again, these are the applied areas. How RBI, let's say you are from Jaipur, you are from a very small town in Jaipur, or not in Jaipur, in Rajasthan. Now let's say RBI opens a branch there. Now what, let's say you are the manager of that particular branch. Now how would you let's say do things to increase the RBI's outreach? Okay, what are the things you are going to do to make the people aware of the branch and the financial inclusion? So they might give you certain questions like that also. Okay, see, these are very subjective questions. Here you have to apply your knowledge also, and you have to apply the real life scenario. Okay, what are the real life scenario, how you are going to tackle with those problems? Okay, these kind of stuff they are going to ask you here. They might ask you about your strength, your weakness. For example, if they're asking you about your weakness, and you are saying, sir, I drink a lot of coffee and I eat junk food, these are not the things they're expecting you to answer. Please keep it very professional. All right, now coming to the current awareness. Now guys, I will call this thing as current events. Events based on economy or geopolitical, little bit of geopolitical they might also ask, whether you are aware of the things or not. For example, recently election commission was started the SIR. Okay, the for the this overhauling of the entire electoral rolls, right? Then what is SIR, who conducts it, what was the purpose? Then recently rupee was depreciated. How rupee depreciate, what is the function of RBI in that, how RBI controls rupee depreciation, what is the recent mechanism, or what is the recent approach taken by RBI to control rupee depreciation. Okay, for example, we have moved uh, from a very static base to a crawl like arrangement. We are letting the market forces to do the things. Okay, we are not interfering much, we are not selling dollar. Got it? Then recently, guys, gold prices increased. What was the reason? Okay, similarly, we have talked about India has become the fourth largest economy, right? So which GDP we are talking about, whether it is a real GDP, nominal GDP. Got it? So these are the aspects from which they are going to ask you certain questions. So I'm going to take a complete session on current events also. Okay, for example, the India US and Russia oil issue, how oil is very important for the balance of payment. Okay, how oil is important for the current account of India. Excessive oil import can bring in current account deficit, how we can reduce our current account deficit. All these areas you have to get ready for. Okay, now these are the areas. Now guys, one very important thing is your background. Let's say if someone has done BTech from mechanical, so they might ask you a question regarding your background also. For example, what is the first law of thermodynamics? Okay, so you have to prepare your background also. I'm not saying that you should go and read each and everything, but at least you should prepare the most important areas. For example, what is the difference between a CI engine and SI engine? If you are from electrical engineering, what is the difference between AC current, DC current? What is the role of transformers? So the most fundamental parts of every subject you should prepare. Now, if you're from economy, you have to be very well versed with your background. They can ask you anything from the basics of economy, the term GDP, GNP, national income, what is the new methodology, what is GVA. Okay, because recently economic survey is out, है ना? Tomorrow, 1st of February, but union budget is going to be get, है ना? So we are going to prepare those areas also. How the economy performed from the economic survey and the annual financial statements. Okay, what we are going to do in this upcoming financial year. So budget and survey we have to also prepare. Got it? Apart from this, we have already covered the union economic survey in our YouTube sessions also. You can go and watch the videos. And I would try to add this budget and survey in that in our paid classes. Okay, so don't worry, I'm going to help you all with these things. Clear? So these are the areas which you have to prepare. Now guys, from the banking area, okay, so generally what is the flow of the interview? Now they start with your biodata. Okay, they might ask you if you have any kind of gap year, what is the reason for that, any prior attempts, what is your job role in the, let's say if you're doing already one job in you're already employed, they might ask you about your key responsibilities. Because see guys, these questions now I have compiled from the already from the students transcript who have already given the interview and who are already selected, right? Then they move from your biodata, your personal information, towards the core of RBI and banking. Got it? Then they come to financial market also, because this is also a very important area. Because many of the students, they tell the panelists that, sir, apart from RBI, we are also preparing for SEBI. Okay, SEBI. Okay, then let me ask you the different types of market. What is the difference between money market, capital market, right? These are the aspects they are going to ask you. What is bond yield, what is equity, right? All these things they might ask you. So the banking knowledge, the financial knowledge, and also about RBI. Got it? Then guys, current events, for example, at that time they were talking about 2000 rupees note, they were withdrawn. So they asked about what is the process here, what is demonetization, how is demonetization different from the withdrawal. Okay, they ask about crypto, okay, small finance bank and other initiative which are in current. And guys, they end the last part would be HR and situation based question to understand your personality. That is a general flow of the interview. Okay, chal. Now current affairs I have already told you guys, है ना? Now these are some high yield areas. Okay guys, so RBI basics, currency, functions of RBI, again the similar thing we have covered, right? Then lender of last resort, again functions of RBI, qualitative function, right? Forex, how RBI managed. Now, right now, guys, in the economic survey, it was given that our forex is around 700.1.2 billion dollar, and it can cover import for the next 11 months. Okay, so these are the things which you should prepare, and we are going to highlight you all these things in our interview program, guys. Got it? Then consumer protection, banking institutions, RBI initiatives like Udgam, money. Got it? So these are some of the high yield areas which you should and you must prepare. Now, guys, to help you all with our with your RBI Grade B interview preparation, we have launched the RBI Grade B personalized interview batch. Okay, personalized interview batch we have already started. Okay, and your interview would be taken by our expert panelist. You can see here N. Gopal sir. He was the ex-interview panel member, ex-general manager from RBI, more than 35 years of experience. Then we have V. Rangarao sir, ex-general manager of RBI, 35 plus year of experience. So guys, a combined experience of 70 plus years. These guys are going to take your interview. They have already helped many students to clear the interview, guys. Okay, so here you are going to get live classes also, guys, plus one-on-one mock interview with detailed feedback from these legends. Okay, and our current affair classes would be there. Not only current affairs classes, guys. I'm going. If you see our study plan, so I'm taking basically. Let me write it here. I have planned one banking knowledge, one class for banking knowledge, one class for RBI. Okay, sorry, two classes for RBI, then one class for current affairs, then one class for HR and situation based questions, right? And this is our first class where I give you the entire preparation strategy and roadmap for your interview preparation. Now, guys, whenever you join this course, you can use my code YASH YASH for maximum discount. All right. So, guys, this was all about the RBI preparation, interview preparation journey. Okay, I believe I have made it very clear what things you have to prepare. Okay, what are the subtopics you have to prepare, and what are the things you have to do for your personality. Now, coming to that Guru Mantra which I was talking about, is guys is basically about matching frequency. Now, let's say the panel is sitting in front of you. The first panel asks you, okay, so from which city do you belong? Sir, I belong to, let's say, Jaipur or Bhopal. Okay, can you tell me two very important aspects of Bhopal or two very famous things from Bhopal? So, yes, sir, you have already prepared these things. Now your confidence level is rising. So your frequency is like this, sir. In Bhopal, there is a good, very big lake. Then there is this traditional resort and everything. Okay, so your frequency is going like this. The next panelist asks you a question. Okay, tell me what is capital adequacy ratio. You have already prepared this term. Also, capital adequacy ratio shows that how banks have sufficient cushion to absorb any kind of future losses. Now again, your frequency is rising because you're feeling very good and very confident from inside. Now the next panelist asks you, can you tell me about insolvency ratio? Now you haven't prepared it. Suddenly your frequency would be like, sir, sorry, sir, I don't know about it. I will try to read about it. Suddenly your frequency has dropped. This is the area which they are looking for. When the situation was in favor of you, your energy was like this. Your confidence was like this. Now, as soon as the situation become unfavorable, the energy went really down. It means that this candidate, as soon as the pressure starts to develop, his performance will go down. And that is the area which you have to avoid. If you know the question, give it in a tone the same way in which you are going to say no. Okay, that is the Guru Mantra, guys, I want to give you all. Please be very careful how you are answering. Even, be calm, be composed. I'm not saying to be very serious. I'm not saying to keep constantly smiling, which is not possible. I've seen many students, they say that, sir, someone told me that always keep a smiling face. You can't keep a smiling face for the entire duration of interview. It is not possible and it will look stupid. Okay, you don't have to do that, right? Be graceful. Don't be very stiff that you are in very some kind of stress or tension. Don't let them know that. Okay, be relaxed. I have come for an interview. I have cleared the exam. I have come for an interview. I'm going to give my best, and then I'm going to leave. You should go with that mindset. What is going to happen? How will I be able to answer the question? If what to do if I don't know the thing? See, if you know the question, you answer it. If you don't know about that thing, you say, sir, I don't know about it. Simple. There is no ifs and buts. Okay. Yeah. Where to say no? If they're asking, okay, how would you handle this situation? You are saying, no, sir, I don't know. It is, see, you can only say no to the question which is very factual. Let's say if they ask you that, tell me what is the current, let's say, current SLR. You don't know about it. Okay, so you can tell, sir, I don't have the exact value, but I can, if you allow, I can take a random guess. I have a little bit of idea. Take the permission. And let's say if you don't have any idea, please tell them, sir, I'm not able to recall the exact rate as of now. I will try to read about it. Okay. So where you have to say no, these are factual areas. But if they are giving you a certain situation, that let's say you have been selected, and let's say you have a team you are working with, and let's say some of the team members, they are not cooperating. How would you handle this situation? And you're saying, sir, I don't know about it. I don't know. You can't say that. Okay. They're expecting something from you where you should say no, where you should answer, you should know everything about it. Okay. So please keep this thing in mind. When the situations are favorable, your answer, your tone, your frequency should be same. Thus, in the same way, you have to answer the question which you don't know. Okay. You are going to say no the same way you are going to answer a question. Got it? So please keep this frequency constant. Got it? And we will talk about your gesture and everything in our HR based and situation based question. Okay, in that session I'm going to tell you the other aspects also. Got it? So guys, this was it from my side today. I hope you all have enjoyed the session, right? And I'll be seeing you in the next session itself. Till then, have a great day and Jai Hind. And don't forget to join the course, guys. It is very important. Very less time is left. Take the maximum advantage of this course. Okay, chalo, take care, guys. Jai Hind.